calls for calm have gone unanswered.
Yeah, there was a stabbing that took place in Belfast. And of course, the British came out in droves and did an anti-immigrant pogrom.
Disorder erupted across Belfast on Tuesday following a knife attack in the city the day before. A man in his 30s has been charged with attempted murder. But the fact that he had claimed asylum in the UK has fueled anger, with calls on social media for people to take...
Bro, don't call the Irish British. You're going to get killed. These are not Irish people that are protesting. These are the Protestants who LARP as though they're British. Notice the flag. This is the north of Ireland. It's Belfast. I've been there. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, the city is chopped in half by what is known as a peace wall, which is not dissimilar to the walls that you see in the West Bank. There's still people with sympathies to England, which ironically the British do not even reciprocate, living in the north of Ireland, refusing to recognize what time it is.
To the streets, shared even by Elon Musk, the owner of X. Across Belfast, buses and shops were set on fire, and bins dragged onto roads to create makeshift barricades.
Over there is a group of people blocking the road. They're surrounding a vehicle that had been set alight, and it is just one of a number of similar scenes we've seen in Belfast tonight on Tuesday night. The police advising people here not to go any further. It's not safe. Tensions in the city are bubbling.
Of course, the wannabe Brits would behave like Israelis. The wannabe Brits who are also pro-Israel, pro-Confederacy, pretty much on the wrong side of every political issue historically, would be on the wrong side of this issue as well.
Over.
It's exactly what community leaders had hoped to avoid.
There is no excuse whenever anger is turned into hatred. And we in Northern Ireland should, above all things, know the dangers of how, whenever that happens, people start to see their neighbour and their friend as their enemy.
As darkness fell, homes were engulfed by flames. Distraught residents led out by the emergency crews. The unrest comes amid wider tensions following a separate case in England, where 18-year-old Henry Novak was fatally stabbed by a man who had falsely accused him of racism. And as he lay dying, it was Novak.
Yeah, I don't think the average prod in the north knows where Israel is, to be honest. They just know we support Palestine, so they do the opposite. Yes. No, literally. Unironically the case.
Who was handcuffed by the police, an image that sparked outrage and triggered rioting in Southampton, where the murder took place.
I just wanted to say a few things about the riot in Belfast last night, because if my comments are anything to go by, people seem to be very confused about what's going on. First of all, these people are not Irish, or at least they don't identify.
See? To the chatters who were saying, oh, Hassan, you're wrong. Don't say that. Don't test my knowledge of Ireland.
As Irish. They don't call themselves Irish. They don't believe that they live in Ireland. They are British loyalists, loyal to the King of England. They are living in what they consider to be British territory in Northern Ireland. The second thing is that this is not the same as when protests or riots even erupt in England. This is action that is sanctioned and directed by community leaders.
Don't say Northern Ireland. North of Ireland.
Those of us who grew up here or who have spent any real time in Belfast, when they saw the flyer yesterday advising of the road closures, they knew exactly what was going to happen last night. See, on the bottom of the flyer, there is a sentence that gives it all away, and the sentence says, all businesses are to close by 5:30 p.m, no excuses. So this is not a suggestion from a group of protesters, this is an order from community leaders. So whilst the streets of Belfast were full of masked men and youths hunting people of colour on the streets of Belfast last night, burning out cars and houses, attacking people in their homes, having small children fleeing into the back of police Land Rovers to escape attacks from inside their own community, there were also many people in Belfast hunkered down, hiding in their homes. There are many people in Belfast who do not support this, do not condone it, and would denounce it if they felt safe to do so. Despite that sort of unsaid threat, there is a responsibility in these communities to call out this behaviour and to say, not in our name. I grew up in East Belfast, and the racism that is embedded in some of those communities is nothing new to me. It's part of a hangover of occupation and invasion of the British into Ireland. I cannot imagine what it's like to be living in East Belfast right now. Absolutely horrifying and terrifying to witness. Solidarity with everybody in Belfast who was fearing for their lives last night. Absolutely horrendous carry on.
In Belfast, there was heavy police presence trying to contain the unrest. But tensions over immigration are not likely to fade anytime soon. Milena Veselinovic, Al Jazeera.
Dude, Irish people are the
Protests
best.
erupted in northern.
Irish people are some of the best people, okay? Definitely peak white people, straight up. These people who are doing this shit are wannabe Brits, okay? They want to be British still, which is insane.
Ireland yesterday after graphic footage of a stabbing attack in the capital, Belfast, was shared widely online. A Sudanese man has been charged with attempted murder following the attack. Right-wing commentators and online critics, including billionaire Elon Musk, posted about the attack, and they called for protests against immigration hours before the violence erupted. NPR's Fatima Al-Qusab reports from London.
One video shows a young boy and his parents being led out of their home by firefighters as houses and cars burn around them. A bus was also set on fire, and footage shows masked men setting garbage cans alight. Politicians had called for calm after a video of a stabbing attack in Belfast circulated on social media. Northern Ireland's First Minister Michelle O'Neill said that groups of masked men were burning families out of their homes and called it outright thuggery. And she warned that there were dangerous attempts to exploit the stabbing attack. The violence erupted hours after right-wing commentators from England and the United States, including billionaire and ex-owner Elon Musk, had posted about the Belfast knife attack and called on people to protest against immigration. Fatima Al-Qusab, NPR News, London.
I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News. For more of today's news, check out NPR News Now, wherever you listen to podcasts.